Securities and Exchange Commission says crypto should be treated like any other exchange. It's a matter of investor safety, he says. The US economist Nouriel Roubini might agree. He told me last December the rise of cryptos resulted in highly over-leveraged markets.
We are getting closer to the point in which actually a shock to crypto assets may lead to a systemic effect, because now it's not just retail investors or a bunch of whales there, but institutions are also entering into this business. And once you have, that's why you have a correction of 30% overnight, because there is so much leverage in this particular industry. I mean, some of those derivative exchanges were offering you 100 times leverage to retail investors. That's criminal behavior.
Now, the head of the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance, disagrees. Here's what he has to say on the question of regulatory reform.
I also don't agree with that. I think basically the free market, on the leverage part, the free market takes care of itself. When you have, so crypto is very open. People can use any exchange they want to use globally. Some of the exchanges have offered high leverage for futures products, but only a small number of people use the futures products. And of the people who use futures products, when they want to use high leverage, they're only allowed a very small amount. That's kind of consistent across the industry. And also, even if the industry is over leveraged, when the market corrects, there will be liquidations, etc. And people learn. Whereas in traditional industries, you have government bailing out large failing businesses that are mismanaged. That only makes the problem bigger into the future. So basically, you're kicking the can down the road.
You know the reason why, of course. It's because there are jobs at stake, there is traditional financial arrangements at stake, and therefore they have to do that. I guess what they're trying to avoid is crypto becoming so big that they have to do it for crypto.
I think so far crypto has grown, and it has grown over cycles, and it has the markets have taken care of itself. When I obviously personally have a different view on the bailout. When you bail them out right now, you are actually removing jobs for people who can work for a well-organized company. If you allow the bigger banks to fail, there may be some people who lose jobs in the short term, but there will be a much more efficient bank or organization that will take its place right away.
I know this is a somewhat academic question, but it fascinates me at one level, because having covered business for so long, is crypto a currency? I mean, you know, all the central bankers say it's not, and they will rabbit off the traditional attributes of a currency and say that crypto has none of those things. It is not a currency. Do you believe it's a currency, or do you believe it is an asset class?
I believe it's a new asset class. Some cryptocurrencies can be used as a currency, have similarities to traditional currencies. One of the difficulties people have is people typically want to classify something new into something old that they don't know about. So when internet first started, people asked, is internet a radio? Is internet a TV? Is internet a magazine? But you know, there's internet TV, there's internet radio, there's internet magazine, there's internet social media, which doesn't exist in the traditional media world. So it's a brand new technology. There's cryptocurrencies, there's crypto commodities, there's crypto assets, there's crypto other things, there's crypto utility tokens, there's NFTs, there's many other things. So it's a whole new technology platform that has so many new asset classes.
You're an entrepreneur. You come up with this fantastic platform. It becomes the biggest in the world. Your volumes and your dollar amounts are just staggering. But do you now recognize that you've moved into sort of the area of public policy, and that somebody like yourself now has to deal with these bigger issues?
Absolutely. So we do recognize that. And I think it's a challenge, and also it's a privilege. So entrepreneurs are not just tech people, right? So entrepreneurs solve problems. So entrepreneurs, our job is to provide utility, provide tools that people want to use. And how we make that tools, and that includes making those tools compliant. That includes helping to shape policies for newer industries to the extent we can. So we are working with regulators all around the world. We want to learn about what they think, how they view. Different regulators in different countries have very different views about how to regulate different industries. And we also want to educate them on how a large player like us operate at scale globally. Yeah.
Let me ask you a final question. I covered the stock market crash of the late 1980s, 89.
Yeah.
I covered the dot-com boom and bust. I did the Great Recession, and of course, everything in between. Why is this different? Why is it not going to take us all down in a fiery basket?
I don't think it's that much different. But if you look at the internet, some of the wealthiest people and some of the largest companies today are all internet companies. If you look at Amazon, Tesla, Google, Facebook, Cisco, in 2000, 2001, they suffered crash. Amazon crashed 98%. So Bitcoin, we already experienced a few cycles already. So almost looking back, almost every 4 years, there's a cycle. And Bitcoin has evaporated. Bitcoin prices have gone up and then crashed 50, 80%, gone up again beyond that, and done that a few times already. And if you look at internet stocks today, they're doing that too. Especially if you look at Chinese tech stocks. So I think volatility is just part of the market. And then there's the innovation and there's the adoption, number of people using the technology, which will continue to grow. So yeah, that's my view.